the guillotine, the electric chair. These are some pretty famous execution methods, but they didn't have those options in the ancient world, so they had to be a bit more creative. Today, I'm going to count down my picks for the top 5 executions in ancient history. And trust me, some of them are pretty weird, and also just completely unnecessary. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Welcome to History with Dino. Okay, number 5. This one happened to a guy named Gaius Villius of Rome. He was caught and put in a very large jar. Oh, and then the jar was filled up with vipers and other snakes. His crime? He supported his friend Tiberius Gracchus's attempt to be elected as a tribune. As usual, the crime matches the punishment. Number 4. Alright, this one happened to a Carian guy in the Persian Empire who upset King Artaxerxes II. First, he was stretched on a rack for 10 days. Then, he had his eyes gouged out. And then, he had molten bronze poured into his ear until he died. Very dramatic. Okay, number 3. Death by troughs. This was a punishment from the Persian Empire, and in this case, it was used on a guy named Mithridates. So, you're fitted between 2 troughs with only your head, hands, and feet sticking out. They're not cruel. You're given food, and just to make sure you're not hungry, if you refuse to eat, they will prick your eyes. They will stab your eyes with little needles. So, very kind. After, your face is covered with milk and honey. Your face then gets completely covered with flies, and because eventually you need to go to the bathroom in the trough, worms and maggots eat you from the inside out. It's just not necessary, anyway. Number 2. Carried about by Alexander the Great on a guy named Bessus, we feature death by slingshot. So 2 trees were bent down until they met, and then part of this guy's body was attached to each tree. Then the trees are released, each shooting in a different direction, and half of his body was slingshotted away in either direction. And of course, number 1, my personal favorite, this was a very special punishment for a guy named Sodides. He made fun of Ptolemy II and Arsinoe II for getting married. From my point of view, this is a very fair criticism, given that those two were full siblings, and Sodides' exact line regarding Ptolemy II was, "You're sticking your prick in an unholy hole." Unfortunately, his fate for this wonderful joke was less funny. They sealed him in a lead chest and then threw him in the sea. A valiant death for a valiant man, at least in my opinion. Did I not include your favorite execution? Don't worry, comment it below. I might just include it in a future video. That's all from me here today at History with Dino. If you enjoyed, then please subscribe, check out the rest of my channel, and leave a like. Do whatever. Anyway, see you again soon.